So today I'm out again with the Mini 3 Pro, and we're going to try the tracking once again because my last attempt wasn't very good. And what I'm going to do this time, and I should have mentioned it as well, if it's your first time flying these drones, when you go into the settings, which is the top right hand corner there, the very first thing you see the obstacle avoidance. You want to keep it on brake, guys. Don't worry about the bypass one for the moment, because the bypass one will just sort of move itself around. Now I picked this place because it's got street lights. It's pretty clear, there's nothing else about. I'm going to do a bit of walking first, and we'll also try out the parallel tracking, so it's at the side of you. We'll see how well that is, and then to finish off we'll try the car and just see if it's, maybe it was just me on the last one, but I got a feeling it wasn't. I still think the tracking to me is another gimmicky mode. But anyway, I'm here. You see it live. I don't spend 3 hours doing these because I've only got one battery. So let's get on with it. So what I've done first is I turned on the controller. I'm just going to turn on the screen record for you so you can see what I'm up to. So I got the screen recorder on. The drone's already on. It's just tell me that a home point's already been set up. Now don't forget, on the controller, guys, make sure the switch at the top there is in the middle on normal mode, so you don't have no problems. First thing we do is get the drone off the ground, so auto take off. Okay, so the drone's going up. I'm going to put the drone up a little bit more. I'm going to send it back a little bit. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to go into the settings first, top right hand corner, and just to make sure I've got it on brake. That's good. Come out of that. Focus check there in the middle. Okay. What I'm going to do now, so come down on me. I'm going to walk towards the drone a little bit because I don't want to get confused with the tripod. So I'm just going to move forward a bit. So let's just bring the drone over a little bit. Doing it back to front. That's it. Draw a box around me. So it's just going through the instructions. Now I will leave these instructions on there because I think it gives you an idea what it's going to do. Okay, so I've got the active track on. We skip that, we close that. Right, it's still. So I've got trace on at the moment. I'm going to press go. No, press it. Okay, so it's about to follow me now, so I'm going to do that now. So the only problem with this is my screen record is right on the stop button. Maybe that's something else they're going to have to sort out with the software updates. So I've just stopped that now. So we're going to do active track again. And we're going to do the parallel. Right, so what it did say then is that the avoidance thing's been shut off, so you have to be aware of that, guys. So I'm just going to bring the drone down a bit. I'm just going to just set it up. I want to fly into that sign. Okay. Bring it up a little bit more. Okay, so I've got it on parallel. So hopefully it's going to follow me. seemed to have worked pretty well, I must say. So what we'll do, after we've just done that, I think the next test, to be honest, is the car. It's still on me. It's still on me. But don't forget, any obstacles, it will stop. Well, it's supposed to stop. No, forget about that. Right. Okay, bit problem turning it off because the record is right on top of it. So I've stopped it now. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to check the battery. I've got 85%. I'm going to set up let's just set that up. I'm going to set it up a little bit higher, so I'm going to get no problems from anything. I'm just going to set the camera up. Now you'll not be able to catch me. Okay, you're not going to hear me in a moment. I'm going to keep the screen record on, and we're going to see how well it does with the car. Okay, so everything went to plan. I must say, when I was doing the driving around, I think I should have raised the drone up a little bit, because I could see some of those lampposts, or street lights I should say, looked a bit close to me. Maybe they weren't, maybe they were quite a distance away, but it looked quite close. That was a bit, for me, that was a little bit unnerving. I didn't enjoy that, but it didn't hit nothing. If it got near, supposedly it would stop. But I always still, not 100%. Another thing I did notice is when I finished it, even though I stopped the active track was still there. It was like a little green cross. If you don't knock that off, the drone will not go left or right. So as soon as you knock off that little green square, then you got full control of the drone again, because I had to bring it into land to shut it down. So there's something else to remember as well when you're doing this active track stuff. Now, I forgot to look at how much battery I had left. I mean, I didn't do a lot, I suppose. I just did the walk, I did the parallel, and it seemed to do it quite well, forwards and backwards. I did a drive around this little area here, and it seemed to do it quite well. Obviously, until I look at the screen better, we'll see if it's juddering. But other than that, yeah, I'll be honest, it was a better time this time. And I think that's all what it's about mainly is because you've got to practice. You just don't buy this drone for the first time, get out and expect to do what you see on other videos where they're shooting through under cables and that. You got to go out quite a few times until you're confident enough that that drone can do those sort of things, because first couple of times may hit something, or it might not even do nothing. So yeah, I think the YouTube videos do help, because obviously they can't explain all the little pitfalls that do happen about if you got it in bypass, the drone will not move left to right. Obviously when you got it in brake, it says it, when I was doing the parallel, it was saying that the avoidance thing was off. I'll re-look at that on the screen. But other than that, I give it a thumbs up this time. Last time I didn't give it a thumbs down, but I think it was definitely a thumbs down last time. But this time, this is the second time. I don't use tracking. I'd rather fly the drone, and I'm sure a lot of these YouTube guys that do these videos just fly the drone. They're pretty skillful, and they're saying they got it on track, but I don't think they actually got it on track. But anyway, who is that? Who am I to say that? So, as always, if you've got any questions, guys, please add them below. Somebody asked me the other day, which was interesting, that when he turned his controller on, instead of getting the red light, he got a blue light. What's the blue light about? I don't know. I asked DJI, but if he hasn't, I would be interested to know what the blue light is about on your controller. Because usually when you turn it on, the very first light will be blue, and then once the drone's connected, it would change to green. But he said he had a blue light. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe he had it in sports mode, maybe, or cinematic, I don't know. Question out there for you lot. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. Hope you enjoy them.